why Boys in Pink is one that I keep coming back to and keep listening to, because it's almost got that, like, it's got a negative comment, but it's put across in quite a fun, like, positive way. Where did the inspiration for that come from? Is that something that you've been through a lot of, like, you being you and doing the shit that you want to do and getting a lot of shit for it and just being like, fuck everyone? Like, is that something that's been a big thing for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I always grew up with, like, good friends, and my family were always supportive, like, of everything I did, no matter what, like musicals, whatever. So I never really had a problem. And I would never say I was, like, bullied, because I feel like that would be insulting to people who've actually been bullied. But definitely like teased, and it was just little stuff, and I can't even say it really ever bothered me too much. But like, it was just, I've never been that big masculine guy. I was always shorter than everyone else, and I liked musicals and liked drama. So my whole life I was just like, oh, you know, he must be gay, you're gay, like this. And not an insult to me, that's what you want to think, that's fine. And then like, I just got it constantly. And like, when you're younger though, and especially like, so I'm like 24 now, like, even though in school, when I was like 16, even though it wasn't that long ago, like, if you were called gay, like, that was like the worst thing in the world. You're like, oh my God. Because for some reason, it was awful.
It did. We always, like, there's always stuff with us, like, because I was always creative, but not in the same sense. Like, I was never like, I couldn't do art, but I always drew. Or like, I like tucking my t-shirt in, was something that I used to get fucking teased about all the fucking time.
So dumb, isn't it?
so weird.
But like, yeah, for me, like, it was just like, I was obviously called more derogatory versions of the word gay and like whatever else, and that never really bothered me. Like, and it was just constant. And then I think like, there probably was a time where I suppressed it a bit and like changed my clothes and stuff like that. And I don't even think I did it on purpose, because if I'd have noticed, I'd have stopped doing it. But I think that subconsciously I'd sort of been like, you know what I mean? Like, sort of squashed back into this, like, what society classes as normal. And then like, I just had another fuck it moment, I think, when I was about 22, and I was like, I'll just do what I want. And I've just been happy ever since. It's honestly been like the best 2 years for like personal growth that I've ever had. And I think the song Boys in Pink was just obviously like that whole like toxic masculinity of people. You know, everyone's got strong views on it, but I just think like so many people are caught up on what everyone else is doing. And that's kind of what the song's about, really, is like just being yourself and not really caring about it.
I love that track.
Mate, it's so good. It's literally why, like, I've literally found myself like before going to work and after work, and I really don't want to be there, and it's been that song that I've put on to be like, pull myself together, because I'm just like, fuck it, like, Boys Can Wear Pink, and I'm there like shouting it in my car, and I'm like, like, you can do anything. Like,
then you go sit in a co-op behind the till.
And I get there and I'm like, oh no, still depressing, so it doesn't matter. But that journey, I'm like, like, anyone could do anything, who gives a fuck, like, doesn't matter. And it's just like, it does have that real, like, even if it doesn't directly speak to people about like the Boys Can Wear Pink vibe, just that like sort of attitude of being like, do what the fuck you want. Don't give a shit about what other people are saying. I think it's been something that like me and Al have always spoken about a lot as well. And like, I think that's why it resonated so much, because we're just like, we've always been like, do what you want. And
if it don't like, if it
like it, some people won't. If you like it, sound like, just do what you want to do. And I think that attitude is that makes the song so good.
With that song, it's strange, because I had the kind of like, I had like this the like little name Boys in Pink like in my notes for ages, and I gave it a go at writing it a few times, and just nothing ever stuck. Because I get so many messages like on a daily basis of like people just being like, oh, like, you helped me like become who I wanted to be and stuff like this. And like, that's the most important thing to me. Like, if you've got a platform, like, do what you want with it, but like, just to have like that, if one person a month was affected positively by something I've posted, like, what else could you ask for? And I think I'm getting these like comments of like these lads being like, it's just simple stuff. I think like it was the painting the nails thing that started, and like, I kind of remember why I did it to start with. I think I was just bored, and then when I saw the reaction next day, people, like, everyone was so shocked. And I think in my head I was like, I don't get it. Like, you got nails painted, and I'm just like, why is this such a big deal?
Why is it a thing?
I think it was a big deal. I was like, now I want to do it more, because it's gonna piss you off. And like, people just really struggle to fathom that, like it's crazy. You wouldn't believe the reaction that like the color the end of your fingers can have on people. It's crazy. And I get these messages of guys saying like their friends, like they used to paint their nails and their friends stopped bullying them because I started painting my nails.
Sick.
That's nuts.
That's mad.
And I was like, that's mad that they've now seen someone on a platform with the nails painted, and now they're like, oh, that's cool. But it shouldn't have been like that. But if you've got there eventually, like people change.
Yeah, I think it's been for that whole ideology resonates with me because like what we're doing is nothing of the ordinary. Like I like wearing high-waisted trousers or like tuck in t-shirts that people are like, why the fuck are you tucking in a t-shirt? Or like just like Doc Martens with jeans or like just little things like that. But for me, I think the one that really stuck with me, your song kind of embodied it to some extent for me, was when Tyler Creator in an interview once said that who's going to be there on your deathbed? Who's guaranteed to be there on your deathbed? And it's you, it's yourself. So you've got to be happy within yourself and be happy with what you're doing. And I think for someone to embody it, for someone that's only been writing music 2 years, 3 years, like to come out with a track that kind of vocalizes it in such a like empowering, powerful way, and it's actually affecting people now, that must feel quite it must be really nice gratification with that track for sure.
It is definitely, yeah. And I think like that just came from a place of like all this, I'd noticed I was having influence on people, and then like the song was like, I called the song Boys in Pink rather than Boys Who Wear Pink, because I wanted it to come across like a collective of people. So it was like we're the boys in pink. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the people that don't give a shit kind of thing. Yeah. So that's why I titled it that, because it was just like there's just so much negative stigma, and I think the whole pink thing is just like because that's just that typical girl color, isn't it? Like pink's a girl's color, and like that stuck with me because I think there was a lot of that when I was younger, like pink's for girls, and I was always like, why? But what's that about? Because of being called gay or whatever, because that was the world.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, what a weird fucking. I feel like it's just our era as well. Like, we're the last ones where, like, I think my brother still gets some of it now, and he's a bit more lad culture style. Yeah. So it's still a little bit intrinsic with him, and I still keep trying to be like, fucking stop! Like, come on now! Like, why does it matter? What's the problem?
And the fact that you can turn and go. People used to say stuff about me tucking my t-shirt into my trousers.
I know.
Isn't that just a crazy thing?
Isn't it wild? Yeah. I think we've always been a bit about it because we've been, as a group, like our friendship group, we're always very in between in the sense that like we love the like football and rugby and drinking and going to the pub and like lad culture, but also loved really nerdy shit, loved some like, tucking our trousers into shit, some indie shit and all this. So we always got a bit, because I think you can go under the radar, but we never really did that because we were like about it, but then also sort of got the shit as well. So we were
essentially into lad culture, but weren't wankers.
Where you go with it. We're the perfect humans when you think about it.
It's crazy for me because like, I remember like you'd like paint your nails or whatever, and I've got like because I obviously like part of me's just gone out my way to like I just love like having like a feminine day where I just want to wear pink, and like I've got like a pink fleece that says "Maybe Baby" on the front that I got from Paint Women's, like, and I love it. And people are like quick to be like, "Oh, you're feminine," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
At the time, like, and it's so crazy because I'm now wearing a pink jumper, but the time my chosen hobbies were like MMA. I used to go rock climbing. And then I'd like go to the pub, which are like three masculine things.
Like so masculine, yeah.
Punching each other in the face and then going to get drunk. And then, but he is wearing a pink fleece, so like, that's it.
I like that. I like that because I think that's exactly what we've been like. Like, sort of people on the surface, as you say, would be like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, you tucking your trousers in, you're wearing this, you're wearing that, wearing a pink hoodie." And we're like, "Yeah," but then also like, I don't know.
I'll slap a pint quicker too than you.
But then we've gone uni and we're going to a fucking rave and doing this and doing that, and it's like it's just a weird like contradiction.